Cheers, guys. I was working away and I thought I may as well do a quick video. Well, I don't know how quick this is actually. I'm pretty much working on the largest project that I think I've done so far. And I think it's going to be pretty fun. I think I have that one already. Oh, there's this one. I think I have this one too. Unless I want it to go on to this one. What I've decided to do, just because I have all of these elements, way more elements than I'd ever be able to do with my journals. This side's cool too. So this is the book, The Solar System. And I think that it is going to be perfect for preparing elements. And they're not going to change from this. They're just going to be, like this. So let's put this, let's put the, oh, there's a moon there too. Let's put it this way. So you might wonder, what on earth am I doing? Why am I putting these all on cardstock? Okay, so I just think I had one more here. Yeah, I had this one. I'm gonna put this one on this. Yeah, that'll work awesome. I like them both sides, but I don't copy, so I don't have any copywriting issues. I can create one original part, so I always use one side. Okay, look at those cool double moons. Okay, so I'll stop for a second and just go through what I'm doing. This is the solar system. Because I have this book, Our Universe, that's what it's called, by Roy Gallant, and it's a National Geographic. Tons of pictures, right? So I took out quite a few. It's a beautiful book. Did I tell you guys already what year it was? 1980. This was 1980, so that's quite old. So I'll show you some of the images that I've got done so far. So these are, oh, I have another blank red one. I don't think I have one for red. So, oh, this one and this one. That's not part of one. So what I'm doing, is it that way or that way? Yeah, that way. Is I am preparing to have just elements for Dungeons and Dragons scenarios. Not scenarios, what are they called? I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm telling you, I just been asking my daughter about it because she plays it with her friends. And one of her friends, a couple of them I think are masters, I think they're called. So I asked them about it, and then I watched some YouTube videos, and then I thought, you know what, I think that I can prepare elements for them to use in their game. I'll probably come up with another one for that. So how fun is that? So these are the elements that I've got done so far, because there are different quests, different, I don't know the words, but they need a bunch of different environments to have their game in. So I thought these were cool because they kind of look like warriors, and then this is a cool spacey bug. Oh, I gotta turn it around. Doesn't that look like this National Geographic came up with that as the insect kind of animal that would have been on Mars. So some of these are Mars. Some of you will recognize the planets. I don't know all the planets. There's some meteors. Some of them I just put them upside down because, you know, we're not necessarily, when they go into their other intergalactic travel, they may not be from the vantage point of Earth. So these, I'm not doing anything else with these. These are going into a box for the Dungeon Master. Like a lot of the stuff apparently the Dungeon Master does is a secret. Like the players don't know it. So he can just use these to do his narration of the environment. He doesn't have to share it, I guess, with the players. But this will help, because when I was listening to them talk about it, I thought, you know, as they're going about their game, how would a person who described an environment remember the description, especially one this detailed? So I thought, you know what, I will put together a whole variety of potential scenarios, site locations, images. So if he just wanted to use it to describe what's going on. Isn't that cool? So that's what these are. And I guess the eye is a big deal in the game. I don't know. So I grabbed the eye. There's another creepy old monster-ish looking thing. It's apparently a Titan or something. I don't know. I tried to keep a little bit of details if it had it. There's a volcano image. This is an astronomer. So they go back quite a few decades. But I think this is the time period. So that just talks a little bit about the astronomer who was hired by the king to track the planets. Oh, and this is flipped up because he can read both sides, because it talks about what this guy is doing. And then there does seem to be some level of technology. So I thought, you know, I think they had these kind of things way back when, so maybe that will fit. And again, the lightning and the moodiness, I think that's the whole fantasy type that they're looking for. Here's some more weirdo insects, and maybe they're underwater. Well, they're flying, so yeah, I have no idea. But I don't have a fantasy mind. So as well as these, I have a few more to put in. Some of them are repeating elements, but I thought having an old book would be good. I guess I'll have to sort them a little bit. But I've got these. Apparently a tavern is required. So this is from my magazine that's about Victoria, I believe. No, France. This is, oh, come here. So I got some more elements from Paris, France, this magazine, and this is quite old as well. I think I found the part in the back. So I can't read the French parts. But it's 1995, yeah. So anybody can read that. This is a really cool book. So I did find quite a few very awesome elements from there, which is like these old kind of buildings. I guess then they deal with kings and royalty, or lords. I'm not sure. So anyways, I thought this would be beautiful for describing the place. And then I thought, you know, in the tavern they would need food. So in my special occasions book by Martha Stewart, she has some awesome food. So I thought I would have food images, and they look like her food is so gorgeous. I just thought, you know what, that does this look like pub food? And sometimes they need a meeting place or something, and then they have seafood. They've got some salads with nuts, some more seafood. You know, I just wanted to have a nice selection. I'm sure pumpkins and that. This is a drink. Because water is very scarce, I was thinking, you know, water may not be white or clear. I mean, this is really old looking, isn't it? Old looking way of cooking, just like on a grill or something. And then here's some more fancy drink. Some more seafood, some fried chicken. So I got some bigger ones because I thought, you know, they're trying to also feed monsters. I think one of them is a dragon, and there's probably other monsters. I think there's giants. So I thought, well, maybe they would want to have food to share. I don't know. Just, anyways, these are the foods. Doesn't that look old? Old style. And of course, soup. And this is the only one I found where it had little bits of berries. And then they're eating outside. I thought that was cool. So I got to do a lot. There's some really fancy ones. Say they're in meeting one of the royalty and they get served hors d'oeuvres or something. And this is really old bread that they made into sticks and stuff. I thought that was super cool. I don't know if I've got that the right way. Oh, it's this way, because that's the soup. Sometimes they're given poison and stuff. Some people are untrustworthy, so I thought this blurry one would be cool. And then here's a different kind of a lemon kind of a cake. It looks very cool. Here's some different kinds of fish and seafood. Here's somebody is serving them, so I thought that would be a good picture. And then they're seeing people talking. I think there's some secretiveness. I like the candles in there too. I don't know, anybody that knows Dungeons and Dragons can tell me if this I'm totally off, or if I'm in the vicinity of the game. So here's another one, and they talk a lot about pubs and stores that the players would go to. So I thought that would be good. And then they have gold, like they're striving for something. So I thought this kind of looked like gold, like a trophy or a quest, like they would try to get that. And there's some more finger foods. And I don't have very many like these kind of things. I didn't really take the statues out of that book. But I did get some gorgeous interiors. Doesn't that look awesome? I think that would fit in with the whole concept. Oh yeah, that's this way. So obviously back in those days they would have had like a theater or an amphitheater. Here's another one, you know, live acts, music, or I think they have gestures or whatever, I'm not sure. And then they have to go to a market, so I thought that would be good, because if the master or whoever's managing the game can describe what the market looks like, then he has a picture so that he'll remember what was available in the market, which I don't even know what that stuff is. So then we have gathering places, so I just tried to grab some gathering places. Obviously we need some hotels with just gorgeousness. This looks like a church. I think that is very cool. This is like a gate. I think the cars are wrong, but this gate is super awesome to meet by the gate or something, or get to the gate or get through the gate or something. And then there's a nice field with some, so I think part of the quest is going to different countries and different areas of the map, and some actually do have things growing, but they also have the mountains. So I decided to get as many pictures and images of mountains as I could, because I understand that in the story things are near or they're far. So this kind of gives the image or the idea of far away, and then there's snow on there. Here's another street scene that could be old, with the vines and everything, an old building, an old stone street. This is just some tools. Apparently they need tools. This is like a carving tool for food, but I mean it could be representative of tools that they may have been needing back then. And then this is just an odd, it's a more delicacy. Using flowers, I think that is so beautiful. I had to include that. So this is from the Paris book. It's just beautiful. I love it. And then I thought, you know, they need to say something got stolen or lost, or they need to find something. This looks like some kind of a crest. There's a face on there. So maybe they have to go and find that. This is another cool location. So moody. Look at that old statue. Again, another landmark. Because I guess when they come from one spot to their destination, they have a few stops to make. So I tried to grab things, and I think water is a big deal. So anytime I seen water, I tried to grab it, even if the water didn't look clean, because I think that is an issue from what I heard. Here's another nice old building. Ignore the people. There's another statue. Just looks really cool. There's another gorgeous statue for a location, a meeting place. So fun. I love it. I love the pictures. Here's another one that could be representative of a king that they're dealing with. And then again, just needing that water, needing to find water. And there's another one. I like the bridge, and look at the sky. It's just incredible. So here's some asparagus. I thought, obviously, I have to include asparagus if we're gonna have the food. And then here's another really cool one, because I think they have to make their own potions and medicines, and I thought this would be depicting that really well. And then this is kind of, you can see in the background, it's kind of a hidden hidden chalet or something. Again, this is water and a bridge that looks like a rope bridge, which I think would fit into a story amazingly. And then maybe they would go to a city, so I decided to include that. Here's another cool, like it looks like only part of the remnants of a house, right? And here's a meadow. You know, they could be having to go through the forest or something. And then oh, there's another one. I'll just get through these first. That is so pretty. I think that's Diana's burial. It looks like it to me. Again, just the water. And the forest. Isn't that an amazing image of the forest? Love it, love it, love it, love it. There's another one going through, or as they're going somewhere, they come upon another thick, dense forest. And then some places there's the ocean. I think that would be awesome. There's some more water. So I tried to get some different terrains. This looks like it's approaching the desert. Here's another image of a potential meeting spot. And there's another one where in their travels they may be going into this valley. Here's another location, maybe at the end of their long walk they come upon this village or this old place. So then there's some more water again, because I'm assuming from the story you can go north, south, east, and west, obviously, near or far. So I thought having the different areas, like say one time they go right, this is water they run into, and next time they go left, the other water is what they come across. And then I like this because it has the old style of a fence, the stone fence. That seems to me to fit that age, that date, time period. And then just they have to make their way through here. Apparently I did see something about they had to be aware that people didn't fall down, so I thought that one with the rocks would be good for that. Again, I'm not sure if they're climbing up the mountain or going down, but again, it shows the distance and the weather. And then they're gonna come upon some kind of a tent, like tribe of some kind. I thought that was really cool. Just another getting more close up at the snowy mountain. I thought that was good. Another close up of the snowy mountain for where they're going. There's a house with a road, and then they have the graduated planting things. That I think struck me. There's another very filthy water. We're so spoiled with our water here. Okay, so now with all of these, oops, here's something that I just had to grab it because it looks like that could be interpreted in many different ways, like high water, flood water, just the ground is really bad. And I think that's it for all the location. Oh, there's another food. Yeah, so I just thought if he's describing the food, it would be nice if he actually had, because I think when they go in to a place to eat, they ask what they have, and then they have to talk about how much it costs and stuff, and see if they trade for it or something like that. There's another water. There may be a boat out there. Okay, so all of the rest of these are from the Perennial book, which I thought was awesome that it is the Perennial book, because one of the things, if you're doing all this wandering around or hiking around and going into different places, I know some of the scenarios there is no plant life, but just in case there would be plant life, I wanted them to have a lot of options, because my understanding, the little that I know, is that they actually gather things for trading, medicines, obviously teas, and so I just got a whole bunch of these. Maybe they want to bring the princess some flowers. Oh, here's another really cool one. Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, I have a lot of the, oh, there's another one with the interesting, I tried to get the buildings to be ageless, like that's brick there. And I just thought, you know, one of them could be different poisonous berries and stuff. Because I think there's a lot of treachery in the game. So there's those. That's all the kind of like the plant life and the flowers. I love them. So I still have more to do. My understanding is one of the campaigns, or whatever it's called, they have some, they travel, I guess, and then they deal with Egypt. So I still have some Egypt elements for that I can put in. Look at this one, is just gorgeous. Put it on a cardstock as well, so that they can and I think there's something to do with cats. I'm just guessing. This one is just some animals they could potentially come across. Apparently sometimes they can be attacked by animals. So this one's disgusting. I can't stand it because it does have snakes and dragons and stuff. So I thought I'll put those, ooh, snake too. So I'll put those on some cardstock too. And then I found this. I'm not sure if I can find anything that'll work for this, but this is super old, 1978, very old electronics. But you know, when you go to what they say about Egypt, is there's remnants of kind of current technology, not really current as in this time period, that they find there. So I thought, you know, if I can find some interesting gadgets that would be so weird to have there, I never get to use this one, so I would use that one. I don't have any princesses, but I do have a princess coloring book, so maybe I'll use that. I don't use my scrapbooking kit, but it does have old things like the pocket watch, you know, the suitcase. So I think there's a telescope in here. They need money, so there should be something in here that they can trade. I think there's some old matches and stuff in here that like sometimes might need a light or a lamp or something. So yeah, I want to take some stuff out of there. Apparently they even have some strange things about dinosaurs. So I have this dinosaur. These are stickers actually. So and apparently so in one of them they're talking about these birds that are flying overhead. So yeah, I can definitely put some of those on some cardstock. And last but not least, they're talking about, this is so funny that I have this, because they're talking about animals that are not together right. So I have this crazy book for kids, and I didn't know what to do with it because all of them are showing their teeth. that's what these are. And I think it's hilarious because I think it'll actually work for putting elements for this. And then the other thing that is really hilarious about this, which I didn't know how I was going to use it, is they put, where is it now? What is wrong? and they're talking about different animals' heads on the wrong animal. So that's what this is. He has hoofs, he has wings, the platypus. He has duck feet, he's got a duck bill, he's got fangs. So I thought this is actually perfect for the campaign because it'll fit in with some of the storytelling. But anyways, I still have a lot more to do, but I think that's going to be fantastic. Don't you think, Laz? It's going to be so good. It's, I think, just for imagery and fun, and I don't have any dragons or obviously any weapons or all of those kind of things, but I think they do have their own people. I'm not sure, but who knows? Maybe I do have some weapons around here. I haven't really looked. I know I have a child's book that has old wheels and stuff, so maybe I'll try to find those. But anyway, hope you like it, guys. I'm getting to use up a lot of elements that I wouldn't normally use in journals.